The Monster Mile in Dover, Delaware. It's called the Monster because it eats dreams. Those who attempt to ride its spine do so at their own peril. The turns are like canyon walls. Straight spanks even the matrix turns. Concentrated everywhere. Rest nowhere. If you leave here unscathed, in equipment or spirits, 400 miles anywhere else is like a Sunday school picnic compared to 400 on a monster. It's a fight like no other to bring the monster down, but exhausting to fight it and lose. And today, for race number 12 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series, no, excuse me, 13 make that, we are at Dover for the running of the FedEx Autism Speaks 400, and should be a good race here today. And on the pole for today's event, car number 43, the STP Pontiac of the Talladega winner Mike Becker has the pole for today's event. Here at Dover, he's won here before. He'll be alongside the 21 of Austin Talley and the number 21 Sitgo Ford. Row 2, it's Sean Galligan, car 17, the Tide Chevy Lumina. Beside him, Johnny Gardner, car 11, the Budweiser Ford. Those two have been consistently starting in the top 5 this season. So to his assist driver, Jordan Newman, car 29, the Hardee's Pontiac. And alongside Grant Thomas, car 14, the Copenhagen Oldsmobile. Then it's Dylan Young, car number 2, the Miller Genuine Draft Pontiac, and beside him, the 42 of Kyle Matthews. He also a former Dover winner himself in the Castrol GTX Cup Series. Chris Dallerton, car 33, has the inside of row number 5, and he'll be flanked by the number 26 Quaker State Buick of Stephanie Naylor, both in green and white machines in the 5th row. Row 6 has Trent Dunham, car number 1, a Skull Classic Ford. He's in the top 5 in the standings this season on his comeback tour. He'll be alongside Charlie Rodriguez, car number 75, the Valvoline Pontiac. Here, and let's get the command to fire him up here at the Monster Mile at Dover.
Drivers, start your engines!
And again, the party engines. The 7th row has the 55 of Henrietta Fitzwater, the winner at the California race this season, and she'll be flanked by 27 Arnold Columbia, the Kodiak Pontiac. Then it's the 94 car of Michael Norman, and he'll be alongside the 6 car of Brody Talley. Pace car's already ducked on the pit road. Mike Becker and Austin Talley will lead him down here at the Monster Mile as we get set for 40 laps in racing here today at the Monster Mile. Should be an interesting race here as the green flag waves. We're racing at Dover. Mike Becker off to a tremendous start here as he shoots out in front. Sean Galligan goes into the second position as the field begins to get strewn out on turn number 2. But Austin Talley fighting back on the outside of Sean Galligan as they come out of turn 4. Mike Becker leads the first lap here today. Driving the King Richard Petty colors here. As I said, he won the Aaron's 499 at Talladega Super Speedway. The only lap he led in that event, but it was the one that counted. Austin Talley driving for the Woodrunners this season, the Sitgo Ford. Has had some pretty good runs this season. Johnny Gardner in 3rd position now. 4th position is Jordan Newman. And that's one of the rookies who's been very impressive this season. Matter of fact, all the rookies have been impressive so far in this series. And so for those of you who don't know, the Rookie of the Year, as we said before in the Castrol GTX Cup Series, goes to the highest finishing rookie in the points chase. And so far, this is the best bunch of rookies we've seen in this series since we started it. A couple of veterans battling it out for the 5th position. Sean Galligan and Dylan Young battling it out. Grant Thomas up there in the 14 car, 33 of Chris Dallerton. Dallerton's last win came last season at Kentucky Speedway. There he is, the 33 Skull Banded Oldsmobile. Being followed by Kyle Matthews in the 42, as now Thomas hooks up with another Oldsmobile, the one of Grant Thomas in the 14, driving for A.J. Foyt. But look at that power move on the outside by Dylan Young in the 2 car. And meanwhile, battle for the lead. Here comes here comes Austin Talley right on the inside. Could not make the pass stick against Mike Becker. And meanwhile, Jordan Newman says, hey, this is what I want to get in on. This is he passes Johnny Gardner in the 11, but Johnny fights back on the outside. Sean Galligan watching all this from the 5th position. Dylan Young is in 6th. 7th is Grant Thomas. 8th is Chris Dallerton. 9th, Stephanie Naylor. And 10th right now is Kyle Matthews. Henrietta Fitzwater is in 11th. 12th right now is Trent Dunham. Over 13th there, Charlie Rodriguez has it, but only for a moment, as here comes Michael Norman on the inside. Arnold Columbia out there battling with Brody Talley, 71 of Brian Judge, and the Daytona 500 winner, the 30 of Zachary Fitzwater. Zed Weinstein, the season 9 champ of the series, he's in a battle with the 18 of Preston Plord and the 24 of Cole Daly. Been a disappointing season so far for Cole Daly in 24 car. He's had some good luck in the Jeff Gordon cars, but so far not the season he's been looking for this season, as he gets passed now by the man who won the last outing at Dover, Dylan Poteet, who comes in this race with 3 wins already and in hot contention for the points. As he now gets out of underneath the Coca-Cola 600 winner, Preston Plord, who pulled off that tremendous win at Charlotte. Just held off the hard-charging Brian Judge to win the race. And I'm trying to figure who he pulled off. But it was a close finish in that race. There's the Bristol winner, William Duncan, car 22. He's in 23rd position. Let's see where he's at this time by. Duncan clocked in the 23rd spot. Joshua Balkin in 66, Joshua Collard in the 4 car. Collard having a up and down season thus far in the Kodak Film Chevrolet. Jeremy Doobie, the winner in Las Vegas in the 12 Ray Bess's Buick. 8 car Darian Taylor, he's been pretty impressive this season so far. Keith Batson back there matching his car number 28, battling with Joshua Osborne. Osborne's one of them who's running in the top 5 and who's in the top 10 in standings. These are both Batson and Osborne in the top 10 standings so far, but not the runs they're wanting so far for either driver. Batson in 28, Osborne in the 19. And Batson and Seth Cole battling it out in car 52. Cole is has been kind of hit or miss this season, as now Kyle Sosnowski and Dalton Day go underneath. And a couple surprises, a lot of surprises back there. Seth Cole, Kyle Sosnowski, Dalton Day, Charles Jackson back there, and as well as the championship leader, Jessica Shelton. Shelton has been having problems all weekend at Dover so far, and this has been no different this race. Shelton clocked right now in the 35th position. This is not the run Jessica's wanting. Charles Jackson have pretty much not putting enough mayonnaise in his car. He's in 36 right now. 37th is Ian Dutta in 25, and Kev Shearer last place. Meantime, Mike Becker still out in front. Is now Johnny Gardner now is the new second place runner at the moment. Austin Tully in 3rd position in 21. So far, caution free at the moment, knock on wood. But here comes Johnny Gardner on the inside of Mike Becker. Gardner trying to become the first to take the lead here. He's got the inside lane working, but Becker has to run on the outside. Becker's got the outside lane working to his advantage at the moment. And the 43 car's got that King Richard Petty car working to perfection at the moment. And here at Dover, seems like, though, catching him's one thing, but passing him's a whole other story. And boy, Jordan Newman almost took a look inside of Sean Galligan in 17. But not, meanwhile, Johnny Gardner looks at the inside, and oh, problems in turn 2! It's Stephanie Naylor who has problems in the second turn, the 26 Square State Buick. And the yellow flag waves for the first time on lap number 20. So once again, I jinxed out a yellow flag situation. Arnold Columbia, he's on pit road. I don't know if he. I think he might have had problems as well. But Naylor was running in the 7th position when it happened. Let's see what happened coming out of turn 2. And she was battling with Dylan Young in the 2 and Chris Dallerton in 33. And yep, and Dallerton just comes up and just hits Naylor. And sends Naylor hard in the wall. Actually lifted about 3 wheels up on the ground. And Stephanie almost turned it over. Oh my goodness. That was a hard crash for Stephanie Naylor. And let's see what happened to Arnold Columbia in 27. He was battling Zachary Fitzwater in the 30 in a pair of Pontiacs. Arnold was in 16th. Yep. And Fitzwater just shoves Arnold Columbia hard in the wall himself. And Fitzwater's got some damage himself in the 30 car. So we've been incident-free for a while. And oh, I didn't see that. Joshua Balkin hits him and collects Joshua Collard in the 4. Darian Taylor in the 8 car. And Joshua Osborne rear-ending Keith Batson. Oh, and Ann Batson, she's upside down in the 3 car. Kyle Sosnowski's in it. Seth Cole's in it. Sosnowski lands on Jessica Shelton's car. But it doesn't look like much damage to Jessica, I don't think. And Batson lands on top of the 15 of P.J. Williams. What the heck? A lot of things I didn't see here in this first few parts of the race. Here. Couple of onboard camera rides first with Arnold Columbia. And Columbia with a no question out of the race. Inside Stephanie Naylor's car, this one's a hard hit. After all that, Stephanie kept the car running and still driving it. Took a hard hit like that and is still driving it back to the pits. That was amazing. It's almost like she just kept it going. But Stephanie's now out of the race. Stephanie with a yeah, out of the race there. Ann Batson, Arnold Columbia, Joshua Balkin, and Kyle Sosnowski. P.J. Williams and Kev Shearer are a lap down. And good timing too, because we're about to get back under green flag conditions here. Mike Becker, who's been dominant the whole day so far, he's leading the race with 2nd place right now belonging to Johnny Gardner. 3rd is Austin Tully. 4th is Sean Galligan. Jordan Newman 5th. Dylan Young 6th. Chris Dallerton, Grant Thomas, Henrietta Fitzwater, and Kyle Matthews. The top 10. The green flag waves. We're back underway at Dover. Johnny Gardner on the inside. Here he comes. He's trying to make a move. Becker keeps chopping him off, slamming the door, everything else, And Gardner, he's saying, hey, I want the lead here. And oh, Gardner might have it in turn number 1. Let's see what happens here. But Becker's got that outside lane working for him. Gardner's like, doggone, what do I have to do to pass him? Mike Becker doing a tremendous job holding off the challenge of Johnny Gardner. Gardner's been here. Becker's had a slightly faster car, though. Jordan Newman taking 4th position away. Sean Galligan is fell back a little bit. He and Yoshi apparently did not get off the... Nope. No, Galligan is in 4th position. My apologies on that one. Galligan's in 4th. Jordan Newman in 5th position, battling with Chris Dallerton. Dalton battling, trying to get past the 14 of Grant Thomas. Now Grant pulls ahead of Dalton, and now is in a battle with Jordan Newman for 5th position. Best battle on the racetrack right now here, without question, as Grant Thomas takes 5th spot away from Jordan Newman. Now Newman goes inside of the 33 of Chris Dallerton. PJ Williams in the 15 is 2 laps down. He's holding up the whole field right there. PJ in 33rd with the Motorcraft 4. Now Trent Dunham decides to join in on the fun, as Dunham right now rides in the 8th spot, as he gets by Henrietta Fitzwater in the 55. Dylan Young shut up on the high side in the 2 car. Now he has Charlie Rodriguez to contend with. Meanwhile, Grant Thomas is checked out from this pack of cars right here in 5th position, as Dunham now tries to figure out a way to get by the front 3 cars of him, front 4 cars, I should say. 3 on the lead, lap 2, and of course, as I said, the 15 is a lap down. But Henrietta Fitzwater, she now pulls away ahead. Meantime, we have 10 laps to go. It's been all Mike Becker in the 43 STP Pontiac for King Richard Petty. Johnny Gardner, he's just kept trying to pass Mike Becker. But so far it's been to of no avail. But Gardner had the fastest lap the last time by, 168.25 to 168.58. Meanwhile, Austin Talley, he's got the inside lane on Gardner as he tries to take 2nd spot away. Front 4 cars have pulled away from the second pack. And now Chris Dalton takes 6th position away. And now Jordan Newman decides to help Henrietta Fitzwater. But I tell you what, PJ Williams, for a car being 2 laps down, he's been hanging tough. And you can bet these guys behind him are getting sick of seeing that wrinkled up back end on that Motorcraft 4 Thunderbird. Dylan Young now up on a high side now as he gets past Henrietta Fitzwater for the 6th position, or 7th position rather. Dalton is in 6th position. Dylan Young takes 7th. Now Henrietta Fitzwater, well, she just cannot let go of this bunch here as he comes out of turn 4. She now makes the inside lane work as now Trent Dunham moves inside of Brian Judge. And a battle of the Dylans back there. Dylan Young in a 32 in a 2 car, excuse me. Dylan Poteet in 31. Poteet's working his way up through the field nicely, though he's now in the top 10. Last time we talked about him, he was battling in the top 20. And now Poteet's worked his way up in the 8th spot. Meantime, now we have 2 laps to go. Austin Talley inside of Mike Becker. He's now inside of Johnny Gardner, rather. Becker's got 2 laps to go now. Can he hold up this snarling pack of cars? Austin Talley, he's winning his first ever career win. But Mike Becker's had it all in hand as he comes out of turn number 4. The white flag waves, 1 lap remaining for Mike Becker. Car number 43, the STP Pontiac, looking for his 2nd win of season 12. And the next race they're going to at Riverside, he's the defending champion at. So Out of corner number 40 comes the FedEx Autism Speaks 400. Belongs to the King Richard Petty colors. Mike Becker wins at Dover. Johnny Gardner comes home second. Third position will go to Austin Talley. Sean Galligan puts Yoshi in the fourth position. Grant Thomas in fifth position. Sixth was Chris Dalton. Seventh, Dylan Young. Eighth, Dylan Poteet. Trent Dunham comes home ninth and 10th position. Well, who is 10th? 10th will go to Henrietta Fitzwater. So here's your finishing results. One caution, Explosive Hills, 136 miles an hour average speed. But well, I tell you what, Johnny Gardner, he drove his butt off in those final half a race in that here, but just could not get past Mike Becker here. But I tell you what, that was a tremendous event. Jordan Newman comes on 11th, 12th was Charlie Rodriguez, 13th Brian Judge, 14th was Kyle Matthews, Brody Tellius 15th, 16th Michael Norman, Joshua Collard 17th, William Duncan was 18th, 19th was Ed Weinstein, and 20th was Cole Daly. And looking down the field here, five cars out of the race there. Ann Batson, Arnold Columbia, Joshua Balkin, Kyle Sosnowski, and Stephanie Naylor all out of the race because of crashes. Preston Plord was 21st in the event here. Darian Taylor, Joshua Osborne, Keith Batson. So two of our drivers in the top 10. So several drivers in our top 10 in the points chase not having a good day here. Osborne, Batson, Shelton. A lot of those drivers not having a good day today, but a big win for Mike Becker as car number 43 goes to Victory Lane here at Dover Downs International Speedway. His second one of the season. As we head to Riverside next for the Traxxas 400K, and here's your standings right now. Jessica Shelton keeps the lead by 25 over Jeremy Doobie. Trent Dunham is in third. Brian Judge in fourth. William Duncan fifth. Joshua Osborne, Keith Batson, Arnold Columbia, Chris Dalton, and Sean Galligan in the top 10. In the points chase, Jordan Newman right now currently in 20th position. And Stephanie Naylor, well, right now his last place is down in the basement in the points standings. So, Riverside's where we're heading to next. It's the Traxxas 400K. Don't miss it.